Welcome to HudCoRadio. I'm Jim Kennelly. Hudson County Executive Craig Guy's new Vision Zero task force hit the ground running this summer, conducting a wide range of community outreach efforts, developing a federally funded road safety action plan, and this week carrying out its first ever demonstration project at a busy intersection in Jersey City, all in the name of making county roads safer for everyone who uses them. To better understand how Hudson County will travel the road toward a Vision Zero future for the thoroughfares it operates, we spoke with a range of folks involved in the process. We begin with Francesca Girantana, Deputy Director of the county's Department of Planning and Business Opportunity, who is the county executive's point person for Vision Zero, chairing the task force and coordinating its outreach and data collection efforts. I asked her what exactly being a Vision Zero county means and how the task force she leads is working toward it.
So Vision Zero recognizes that people will sometimes make mistakes, and we need to keep that in mind and take a holistic and comprehensive approach that provides a guiding framework to make roads safer for people. It also considers all the factors that contribute to safe mobility and transportation. So that's roadway design, behaviors, technology, policies, and most of all, speed. That's the big one. Then you set clear goals to achieve the shared goal of zero fatalities and severe injuries.
I wonder if you could talk about what the challenges are to bringing this approach to roadways operated by county government.
The big one here is really that not all roads in Hudson County are under the county's jurisdiction. So coordinating among those different jurisdictions, whether it be local and state. And then on the flip side of that, when we have our county roads that cross over municipal boundaries, bring all the local entities together to agree on how a street design should be completed.
So it's very different than, say, even Guttenberg, which is tiny, but has essentially complete control, for the most part, over its little municipal streets?
Yes, absolutely.
What's the role of the Vision Zero task force in improving roadway safety in our community?
The task force is a group of various stakeholders. So we have county staff, planners, engineers, sheriff's officers, a representative from the prosecutor's office. Then we have reps from all of the 12 municipalities, each designated by the mayor. We also have regional entities such as NJ Transit and NJDOT, and also advocate representatives.
The task force is currently engaged in community outreach efforts. Could you describe what's involved and how residents can take part?
I would say we have a multifaceted approach. We have an online survey that's open to the public. We all encourage you to log on and please give us your input. We also have done several focus groups with a representative from different community organizations. So they could bring their perspective from that group, their priorities, the challenges. And we've had really great smaller discussion from those groups. And then my personal favorite are our pop-up events, and we just call them pop-up because we're tabling at community events that are already happening. And the goal is to do at least one of these pop-up events in each municipality. So at minimum 12, but it'll probably be a few more, and we've gotten a great response at those.
Now, the task force is committed to a demonstration project this year. Could you tell us a little bit about what that will entail?
Yes, so we are looking at our high injury network, which is a collection of corridors that we've identified as what we believe are priority corridors. And we're identifying an intersection. When we do, we'll then look at possible safety measurement treatments that we can install temporarily. And when I say install temporarily, I mean using low-cost solutions for these safety treatments, such as simple paint and tape and temporary delineators.
What are the likely next steps for the Vision Zero process in Hudson County?
After we wrap up our public outreach this summer, Our consultants, and informed by the task force, will be coming up with some recommendations for roadway designs and for policies. And then we'll bring that back to the public for some additional feedback. And the goal is to have the plan finished, adopted by the end of the year, and then to get right to work in an implementation phase.
Deb Kagan is Executive Director of the New Jersey Bike Walk Coalition and a member of the Hudson County Vision Zero Task Force. She explained why she chose to join the task force, offered her view of how its work is proceeding, and detailed how those interested could learn more about her organization.
New Jersey Bike and Walk Coalition is a statewide advocacy organization for biking and walking. We do policy, we do programs, we do education, and we believe that every resident of New Jersey, whether they walk, cycle, or roll, should have access to safe streets, to trails and greenways. So Vision Zero has become a central part of our work overall. The view of the Vision Zero movement is that the only number that is acceptable for road fatalities is zero. So, and that is possible to achieve that goal. Now, we've seen here in New Jersey with successful campaigns in Hoboken and Jersey City how that can work. So I was fortunate to meet the county executive, and he was talking about what was important to him in the county, and he spoke a great deal about Vision Zero and the importance to that in Hudson County. At the time, I was working on the Essex Hudson Greenway project, which is a trail project, which is also about safety. So we talked about both of those things, and it was good and important for me to hear that this was a priority of the county exec, and so I was very happy to join the Hudson County Task Force. The task force has been really proactive. One of the first out of the gate here. I think, as you may know, there are Vision Zero task forces now being developed in almost every county in the state. So Hudson County has really been ahead of the pack here, starting out early, has had frequent meetings, and has a really broad, I think, good representation of stakeholders on the task force itself. So there's been some great presentations, particularly on starting out with the data and really understanding what's on the ground, and particularly crash data, which is, of course, the foundation of building a Vision Zero action plan. One of the recent projects that the task force did was to plan a field trip for all task force members to go see some of the proven countermeasures that are in infrastructure that have been successful in nearby New York City. So we took a field trip to look at some of those, what has been implemented on the streets. There was an open street project on 34th Ave that included chicanes, which is ways to slow down cars on the streets to limit motor access, all kinds of new sidewalk implementations to make it easier to see pedestrians, and actually going together with people from the task force, walking through the infrastructure, seeing it, live in person, I thought was really inspiring and helped to strengthen the task force. So I'd recommend those kind of field trips for any task force that's trying to do this work.
I wonder if you could let people know where they can learn more about your organization.
Sure. We have a website, a very robust website at the New Jersey Bike and Walk Coalition.org, or njbwc.org. We have programs including something called the Safe Network, which is a program that we've developed that includes outreach to local communities and municipalities to work with you on Vision Zero implementation with complete streets. And we do a whole webinar series, usually one webinar a month, on all kinds of topics. This is open to the public. There's lots of resources on Vision Zero on our website, and we encourage you to sign up for our emails and our newsletters and to come and visit our website.
The Vision Zero Task Force's first demonstration project, scheduled to run 2 weeks, got underway Friday at the intersection of Kennedy Boulevard and Manhattan Avenue in Jersey City. It is part of what the task force describes as the county's high injury network, the 5% of county roadways responsible for 60% of all severe crashes. During the project's opening day and public outreach event, Francesca Girantana described what is happening there.
So this was a demonstration project. It was to try out, pilot new safety improvement measures on the streets. So we actually started yesterday and did some hard installation. And that was, you can see there what they call the hardened center line. There's like delineators in the center, a speed bump. And that is to encourage tighter turns, slower turns, especially when there's people crossing in the road. We also installed no turn on red signs at that time. We changed the traffic signal timing, so right now there's an all pedestrian phase. We also installed all the delineators for the curb extensions. And then today the goal is to actually paint in those areas that were delineated by the delineators, have tape. So it's all a lot of extension of curbs and sidewalks for more pedestrian access. We actually have a tent set up today. We've been interacting a lot with the public, asking the residents that walk by that wouldn't normally get involved to see how they feel about it. Does it make them feel safer?
Also at this event were Karen Nelson, a local resident concerned about road safety in the area, Congressman Rob Menendez, who helped Hudson County win the initial federal funding for its Vision Zero planning process, and County Executive Craig Guy. All offered their thoughts about what this first milestone hopefully means.
Came down today because I heard that we're doing a Safe Street initiative. I bike, I walk, I also have a car, so I'm not against any of the forms of transportation. I do agree that we need safer streets. Our streets are not safe right now. Every day I see people running red lights. I see crossing guards taking their lives into their own hands. I always am fearful. I'm fearful of the kids walking to school in the morning. And I just really want our streets to be safer. So seeing initiatives where we have the traffic lights stopped in all directions so people can walk safely across the street, I definitely agree with that. I hope we get it down at JFK and where you come off to Nelson. There's a school right there. Kids cross every day. I think 4 or 5 roads, maybe 5, 6 roads come together, and really dangerous intersection. Anything that we can bring more awareness to is a great thing. We need to invest in people's lives, because if people aren't here, there's going to be no tax dollars, and people are going to move out of the county. So, let's do a better job with taking care of the people that we live next to.
Yeah, so this was a part of we brought back $480,000 to the county for the Safe Streets and Roads for All, through the Safe Streets and Roads for All program, which is meant for exactly what the county's trying to achieve through its Vision Zero task force and plan to look at our street infrastructure and think about how we create safer roadways for drivers, bicyclists, and pedestrians. This is only the first part of a larger planning process that we're going to collaborate on with the county commissioners, and the entire team that's thinking about this Vision Zero project. Once the plan's complete, they're going to come back to me. We've already put in one $3 million request for a project in West Hudson to create safer road infrastructure there. We're going to continue to work with the county to see what dollars are needed to advance this project, and we'll continue to collaborate together, bring those dollars back where we can. But this is something that's a priority of this administration. It's a priority of the county. It's a priority of mine. So we're going to all work together to make sure we get the best results possible for our residents.
Obviously, what's been the norm over the years is not working, right? So, when I was running for office, and through my past career as a lieutenant in a Jersey City police officer, I had firsthand experience of street safety and what we could do better, with our motorists and our cars and our pedestrians. So when I got elected to office, one of the first things I did was to form that Vision Zero task force and to get all the stakeholders in a room. Luckily, we have a great Congressman Menendez, and we were able to secure some money. The right thing for us to do as a government is to make our streets safe.
You can learn more about Hudson County's Vision Zero efforts on the homepage of our website, www.hcnj.us. To keep up to date on county government news and alerts, be sure to follow us on Twitter at HudCoTweet and on Facebook at HudCoFB. To see photos and videos of county government events, follow us on Instagram at HudCoInsta or subscribe to our YouTube channel, HudCo TV. You can find HudCoRadio and hopefully subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks as always to Hudson County Executive Craig Guy and the Board of County Commissioners who sponsor, support, and direct all the programs and services discussed on this podcast. Take care.